Alright, hello everyone. As I promised, I was going to get another video up of Sloth 1979-2012, an eBay seller. This is a smaller bag of his pay dirt, and I've been kind of fooling around with videos. I want to get a full panning video from start to finish. I'm not going to show my face, I'm going to go right to the pan. This bag is small enough that we should be able to get that all in. And I really want you to see the detail in the pan, so I'm going to try to zoom in as close to that as possible. I did use a blue pan, my favorite pan in the other videos. I will use a green pan. I think the material will show up a little better. I paid $19 for this bag. Again, one of the nice things about Slaw is that he sends a free vial of gold as well. You probably can't see this overly well, but there's a few nice pieces in there, 9 little flakes. Again, nice gift though, for just ordering. Like I said, we're really going to try to focus on panning and technique right now, so I'll try to focus into that as close as I can. At the end of this video, we'll pause it, I'll dry up everything and review and weigh everything out and see what we got. The pay dirt comes, this package was really nice, double packaged in a baggie obviously, but this is what his pay dirt comes like. Pretty coursed out, not a whole lot of big rocks at all, real easy to pan. If you're a beginning panner, just learning, he's got some excellent stuff to do that with. The only thing about this Virginia sand is you can kind of see it's really red and orange. As we start to pan this, you'll see the color turn in just seconds because of the thickness of this. I'm going to grab a tablespoon here and we'll start this off. Always remember to use a catch pan. I always use a little bit of rinse aid. Again, gold has a surface tension, so we want to relieve that and bring that down as much as possible. Again, if you're a beginning panner, that's really the most you should be panning out at a time. I'm going to pan a little bit more than that for reasons of trying to get this video all done in enough time. So here we go. So you fill up your pan. Again, you have your catch pan. Hopefully you can see this pretty well. And we're going to start off getting that material wet. The nice thing about his pay dirt too is it does come dry, so you're not paying for water weight. We're going to agitate that mud up, and we're just going to slowly start to pan that away. Again, as we're looking through, we're just stripping off that top layer. Like I said, you can see how muddy and clayey this is, but we're just going to slowly start to get through this stuff. As you're panning, like we were talking about before, circular motion is very good. Some tapping, some side to side, really trying to catch that gold down in this groove here. And then the front of the pan obviously has those too. I just want to strip off the top layer. Again, if you're a beginning panner, I would recommend this guy's pay dirt over anybody else that's out there, just because of how it comes, how it's prepared. He also is really, really great when it comes to customer service. If you have questions, he gets back to you right away. The only thing that I didn't like is I thought this bag would be a little bit bigger. He doesn't really talk about the size of the bag or the weight of it, which is okay. He's just selling a bag of pay dirt. I like to know for poundage and kind of what I'm getting out of things. Not that it matters to the average person. Again, we're circulating that. Hopefully you can see that in the video. I'm going to try to do this as I'm watching in the video to make sure you can see this. And again, what we're doing with this is we're stripping off that layer to the black sand. Gold likes to hide in that because it's the heaviest weight. We want to get all this other material out of the way, so we're slowly going to wash this out. Two ways that I'll show you to do that are either A, which is a side-to-side motion, and you can kind of flush that material back and forth. Again, hopefully you can see that. Or another way, which is probably what I most commonly do, is I kind of let gravity take its force, and I just dip this pan in the water, and I'm just lifting it straight up. I'm not forcing the material off the pan. I'm letting the water run down and drip off the pan. You're always watching these seams too. As you're panning, if you're starting to get black sand in there, that's when you want to pull the pan back. You want to reshuffle, re-agitate everything, reset it, and start over again, moving forward. Okay. Again, some tapping. I like to tap because you're pushing the weight of that stuff down. Basically what you're doing, we can get a little bit further, but we're going to change from these ridge sides over to the smooth side of the pan. Again, it's got that deep groove here yet, but we're going to start to classify that material out a little bit more. Again, see how you're starting to see that black sand? Pull back. Side to side motion, let's tap it, get that stuff down there. Again, with this cellar, there's a lot of kids out there that are liking to pan, and their parents are having fun panning with them the first time. This is a cellar that I would use for that. Everything that he has listed really is in that $10 to $50 range. And the other review that I had on him, I gave him a 9 out of 10. Nothing excessive for the pavement dirt, but exactly where it should be for the money. And again, you know, he's doing the work, plus he sends that free vial of gold. That might just be a promotion he has right now, or something that he always does, but I ordered 2 bags from him, and I did get a vial for each of those. I am going to change the camera angle here because I want you to be able to see this rocking motion and really what it's going to do in the pan. So we're going to go in down here. As you're doing this and you're starting to back pan, too much water can be a little bit of a nuisance. So try to keep about a ½ inch of water all the way around the material that you're doing. That way you don't have too much water or not enough. And we're just going to start to back pan this. And this Virginia sand is really muddy. And I like to wash it off, again, just into my catch pan. I'm watching these ridges as we're flushing that down pretty closely. And I do always still double pan pretty much everything that I get, depending upon how coarse it is or how much fines there are in it. With this cellar, again, why it's maybe good for a beginning panner is there's not a whole lot of fines, and so a lot of times the gold that you're seeing as you're going through this is the gold that you have in the pan, and then those fines, a lot of people that are just starting to pan kind of miss anyways. So again, we're going to show that rocking motion. I think you can kind of see that lighter material is just washing down the pan. You're going to keep doing that until basically you see it that you need to reset, or you start seeing gold. You want to get that out of the way. Again, try to take these little rocks and garnets out of the way. Clear off that overburden. Agitate that up some more. And get it down to about a ½ an inch of water all the way around. And then we're going to just flush out and back pan. You start to see right here, you can probably, let me bring that in a little closer. That's a little piece of gold right there. If you start to lose it, just push it back up in the pile. Filter that stuff that you had down. And then go right back and reset it. Again, try to get it all to the deepest point of the pan. And start to flush those away again. See all that color? Again, this is why I like this eBay seller. It's just littered with color right here already. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to scoop some more in. We're going to leave that gold right there. And then once we get down to the end, I'll show you how we clean that all out. I'm just going to take an opportunity here quick to rinse out this bag. Anyways, I won't take a whole lot of time with that. Just get those light sands off. Again, there's not a ton of fine gold in this stuff, so other stuff you really want to be a lot more careful with. And then always rinse out your containers. Just double check them. Rinse your spoons off. Alright, and now we're going to start again with all that muddy stuff. You can see that piece on the top right there too. Again, there's some nice little flakes all around this stuff, so that's why it's really excellent. Like I said, if you're a parent panning with your kids, I love to pan with my kids, and their patience wears thin a little bit, so it's really nice to know, especially with this pay dirt, that the flakes are nice size, and that again I can always go back and try to repan out what they've panned, just to make sure they haven't missed anything. Again, as we're seeing that, not a whole lot of rocks you can see in the mix. They are fine rocks. They're again screened down real well, so. Some people might go crazy with the fact that I left that gold in the pan. Again, I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. Normally I do have a sniffer bottle, and I would have panned that out, sniffed up the gold, and then added the deposits back in. But again, for the sake of the video here, we're going to try to move things on a little faster. And I won't bore you, but when I pause the video, before I weigh it in and give my final rating, I do go back and repan that stuff a second time, just to see if I missed anything. I want to give the seller a fair shake, and not have it be, my review be something that's my error and my fault. So hopefully the other thing is you can hear me better a little bit tonight. I'm really trying to work on those mic skills. again, see some big things. It's a nice little piece of rose quartz. Take it out. You don't want those big rocks in there because they affect and they can trap the gold. And they can swish it right out with it to you for you. So again, some people use that side-to-side rock motion. I like that kind of more front to back. Lifting up and letting gravity do its job. A lot of times as people are panning, especially beginning panners, you start to dig in your pan too early and you want to see where's this and where's that. You got to trust in the pan and in your ability that you're catching that stuff, and that if you're following the steps and circulating it and rotating it, that you're getting all of that material where it should be, so that you're really not going to see it until the end. You can see we got most of those rocks off. There's a couple more that are in here. Again, we're going to switch from panning in those ridges though, getting it over to the side and just stripping that away. Again, we're just taking those light rocks off of there. The jet dry, if you couldn't hear me in the other videos, gold has a surface tension and can actually float, especially the fine flour gold. And so always pan with either dish soap or rinse aid or jet dry. You don't want to go through the fun of doing your work, getting it down to the bottom, and then losing all your gold because you didn't use any soap or water. I've seen people use stuff even like regular hand dish soap. I like I said, jet dry or a rinse aid a little bit more. I don't know why. It's just something I've always used. When you're panning, depending upon where you're getting your concentrates or your pay dirt from, you got to make sure to look at the other rocks, just because you can find diamonds, you can find platinum, there's all kinds of things that can be mixed in, sapphires, rubies. There's actually some different places that do pay dirt. That's one of their benefits, is they load them up with gems as well. Alright, so that's about to the point that we want to start backwashing. The reason for that is, as you can see, there's still a lot of blondes in here, but we've gotten rid of most of the rocks, most of the bigger things. The blondes will wash back as we start to pan. So we're going to go back to this spot. Again, bring that down to just a 1/4 inch of water and start stripping that away. I like to get a line there at least. Hopefully you can see this rocking motion. The other thing as you're panning is there's always things that look like gold. Alright, why that exactly happened, I don't know. Camera's acting up again, so this might be in two parts. I'm going to pause it now for a minute. No, I'm not. We're going to keep going, and hopefully we can get it all in. For the sake of the video, I am going to speed this up a little bit. And again, like I told you guys, I am going to repan all the stuff in the safety pan before I actually post what I got from the pay dirt. Okay, so here, lost a little piece down there. So we're going to push it back up. Again, that's why you should be watching what's washing off. So many of us get caught up and we watch up here because we want to see the color. You want to see what you're missing, what's sliding back down here. And so kind of change your focus a little bit as you're panning at this point. And know that that heavy stuff, as we get down to the end, is going to be there regardless. We want to make sure we're not losing anything. Just back and forth. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just tearing those light sands away. You can see them washing right down. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see that there's no gold in there. We're going to flush that away. Well, it's kind of a good problem to have. You can see that color starting to show up here, right in the edge of the pan. Good amount of color. Again, I think I paid just under $20 for this bag. So. Good tap. Now I'm in too much of a hurry. I'm trying to get this all panned down for you guys and sending my own gold right out the back. Alright. Again, as you're getting down, remember that rule of about a half an inch of water. What I want to try to do is, if I can actually get this in the camera, it's maybe too small, but right here is a little speck of gold. And that's what we're watching for as we're panning. I don't know, again, if you can see it, there's kind of that texture right around it. But that right there is staying as everything around it is moving away. go back down, tap it, flush that sand away. Watch for that gold trail, push it back up. Separating gold from that black sand is a favorite of many. One of the things you can do is magnets in a little medical bottle. Come by on that. Again, picks up the black sand. And hopefully none of the gold. Definitely don't ever get rid of that black sand material. Sometimes fines can get stuck in there, but that's just a nice little way to clear it off there. And so I think for now, I am going to pause the video, pan this a second time, add any more gold into this that might be there in that second pan. But so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what's there. Let me try to zoom in on that. Some nice gold. Nice pieces, like I said, great customer service. So I'm going to pause it now, pan through everything, get it dried out, weighed, and I'll show you how everything is and review this pan too. Alright guys, I got it all cleaned down just before I dry it and weigh it. I wanted you to see what it looked like in the pan. And again, just a word of advice for double panning. I had missed a flake, probably about that size, in my secondary pan. So again, I'm going to pause it, heat it up, get it dried off, and weigh it for you. Alright guys, so I got it all weighed up. Good little amount of gold there. If you can really see that, or if it'll focus any better or not. But a nice vial, that gift vial that he sends along. You can kind of see maybe from the top. So again, good amount of gold. Why I like this seller, again, it's Sloth. It's slaw19792012. And for a $20 bag, I got 0.6 grams, so it's a little bit over a half a gram. Actually a little bit better even than the more expensive bag that I bought of his did. And that's just kind of apparent that every bag's different. You never know what you're going to get. You know, somebody could get a 5-pound bag with a nugget in it that's worth $100, and the other person might get one flake. That's kind of the chance you take. The same thing with prospecting when you're out digging in the rivers or in the valleys yourself. Again, so 9 out of 10, overall satisfied customer. Return on investment is this time over 101%. From the other one was 97%, so right around the exact same amount of gold for your money that you should be getting, and they're doing the work. Again, I'll list that. He's an eBay seller, 100% positive rating. He's great with customer service, good email communication, so try them out. Like I said, if your kids are panning for the first time, this is the pay dirt to use. Those nice flakes, those nice grains are there. They're easy enough to see, and you can feel a little bit better knowing that hopefully you're not slipping those flying flour gold off the edge of your pan. So again, this week I'll have a review coming from A to Z Gold Getters. I have a sample of a vial of theirs coming. I just posted yesterday something from J&J Prospecting. I have a Felix sample coming in. And then also I'm looking at some Gold Adventure Biz gold as well that I might have sent here by the end of the week. Please rate, comment, subscribe, press the like button, share with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a good day.